Hi everyone, I just want to talk about a little bit more about lesson one and actually talk about the graphing software to really focus on that part of this learning intention. So we still want to find the midpoint of an interval. We're just going to use graphing software to do it. So I want to look at example 3 using Geogebra, which is a graphing software application. So we're going to find the midpoint of an interval between the points 1, 4 and 5, 1. So you can see here that it's being done. And I just want to show you how we do that. So this is Geogebra. You can see the grid is on. We can actually turn it on and off pretty easily. So if we've got a grid, we can turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. So I want it on. We have a whole bunch of options up here. So I want to start with the points first of all. So 1, 4 and 5, 1 are the 2 points. You can see the coordinates come up in the top left-hand corner. So 1, 4 and 5, 1. And we want to find the midpoint between these 2 points. So we can draw an interval between these 2 points. I'll turn this off, this label, because I don't need it. Quickly, the difference between a line and an interval. A line goes on in both directions. I'll undo that because I just want the interval. So we want the midpoint between A and B. So there's a few ways that we can do this in GeoGebra. We can use this option and we can find the midpoint. If we click on here, it gives us point C, which again up here you can see the actual coordinates, 3, 2.5, and you can see that the average of 1 and 5 is 6. Divide that by 2, we get 3. So midpoint is 3, and then the average of 4 and 1 is 5, divided by 2, which is 2.5. But the point of view using GeoGebra is to actually get GeoGebra to do the hard work for us. Now, while we're here, I'll show you that if I move the points around, you can see that the midpoint, C, stays in the middle. So if you weren't sure about what the midpoint was, hopefully this will make it really clear for you. See, the point C moves the same distance between A and B. Now, if you understand the learning intention, I want you to play around with GeoGebra. You can draw some circles to find the midpoint as well. So if we click here and go out to this point, do the same thing from this point. The midpoint will actually go through a line from here to here. So we can find the intersection of this circle and this circle, which gives us point D and point E. We can draw another interval between those 2 points. And you can see that it goes through the point C. Again, we could actually find that point by finding the intersection, which gives us point F. So you can see that point F is the same as point C. And the reason that works is because we have a whole bunch of congruent triangles. This triangle in here, so I can highlight it for you. So this triangle in here is actually congruent to this triangle, which means this side is the same as this side. So there's a whole strand of circle geometry that you might be interested in. So have a play around with Geogebra. It's actually a really good program for maths.